Okay, so welcome back to Game 3 between Forgondor and Troll is going to Troll on the Cybergamer Open Ladder Grand Final. And this is Game 3 because we have had the first match taken out by Forgondor, but then Troll is going to Troll coming back with a vengeance and managing to secure the second match. So we are going to go into Game 3, the tiebreaker. But I will introduce my co-casters. Joining me is Razor and the Simon Cowell, the self-proclaimed Simon Cowell of Ozhon, Spot, the Aussie. Now, Spot, you got anything you want to add here?
I called it last game. I said late game concede by the Legion. Encounter to the push. The only thing I got wrong was the 50-minute mark. Well, 30 minutes, the same thing when you think about it, because, third tier towers, whatever. Late game, at the end of the day, yeah, baby, that was one heck of a match.
It was indeed a pretty damn good match to watch. And I'm going to throw over to Razor here. Razor, what are your predictions for this match? We've got a 1-1 situation here at the moment.
I am just looking for a really solid match, a really good match. One that's really got really strong team fights, got really good teamwork, and whichever has the best team will win it. Spot was rather Simon Cowell was saying last game that Forgondo are a real strong team that like to push really early, and Trollers managed to hold them off long enough for Puppet and Soul Stealer to get enough farm to really dominate towards the mid-late game. It's going to depend on whether Trollers want to play that game again, whether they want to play the farming game, or whether Forgotten want to maybe shake something up and maybe pick a hard carry like, even Dark Lady, Swift Blade, something with a really hard carry that's going to need to farm up. Man maybe so try him out, but we do see the bans going off the moment. We have Thunderbringer, Soul Stealer, Demented Shaman, Doctor Repulsor, Slither, the Chipper, and Hellbringer band so far. Waiting on one more band from Gondor here, and they do finish off with Andromeda band. So, really common bands here. We do see the Soul Stealer band this time. So Gondor not wanting to verse that Soul Stealer once again, but Puppet Master's been left unbanned, and it does look like Trollers might first pick him, and there is a bit of a rule of thumb in my books is if Puppet Master's not banned, you first pick him, and that's exactly what Trollers got a Troll have done. Tom Bedford picking up Puppet Master first, with Forgondor doing their second picks. What do you make of this triumph?
Well, Forgondor picking up Pharaoh once again and also getting Bubbles. So it looks like they're going to go for their first match again with that razor-sharp initiation from Bubbles and Pharaoh. But honestly, these guys, they like their push strats. I would like to see them, just go absolutely balls to the wall for their push tactics and, just pick a lineup, say, like, have Defile up, Polywog, and Torture, and then just, go, so what? We're going to take all your towers and push you down in 20 minutes or something. Honestly, would like to see them try something like that. It probably wouldn't be that effective, but I would like to see them, at least experiment with it. Because, we have seen them do some fairly crazy things, like jungle and having like a dual lane versus a tri lane. So I'm definitely interested to see if they would try something like that, something crazy like that. Always good to have some experimentation. But again, we have this Puppet Master moment on Behemoth tri lane come out, and in all honesty, it did not work out for them last match. The only thing that kept them in that match was really Hag and Soul Stealer, just forcing Forgondor to slow down. Then Forgondor weren't able to get that push that they wanted happening, and in the end, just bought them enough time to get fat and just fend them off. As Dillip calls out for the third time Mozzie's boring draft, as I think it was, actually I think Puppet Master might have been banned the first time around. I can't actually remember. Or was it Myrmidon who was banned in the first match? One of those guys was banned in the trial, and they couldn't have exactly what they wanted. But anyway, back over into Forgondor's camp. What are they going to go with now? We're going to see some more pushing tactics. We're going to see the exact same lineup as before, just relying on that crazy initiation. But it looks like just chewing up in overtime here at the moment, so still waiting for them to pick up anything. But I'm going to throw over to Aussie again. Aussie, what do you make of these picks so far? And you got any opinions you want to throw down?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a bit of a placebo effect going on here for the Trollers, boys. You pointed out that tri-lane was awful. It didn't work out for them. Myrmidon doesn't have the range. Puppet's there, and you've got a melee in a tri-lane. However, they've considered it to work because they won last game, although that wasn't the reason why they won the game. Hence the placebo effect taking place right before us. Yeah, and Magnus gets picked up by Forgondor. I would have called that little Valkyrie, little Bubbles, little Pharaoh, Torturer coming up for the final pick. It's like the One Day Clan, some of the most predictable teams out there, but it works for them. Why not? Just keep doing it. If you've practiced it enough and you don't know how to play those other lineups, you're really limited to what you're going to do, and it's kind of a bit of that pushing tactic that they're going to continually try and do. So, in hindsight, we might actually have the similar TGTz team, they picked up Richard Hag, who's is their fifth going to be? Is it going to be Tort? Are they going to pick up Tort? Here we go, baby. This is it. It's going to come down to the final 60 seconds of extra time. Beat the buzzer. Let's see it.
Spot getting way too excited over these picks. But I'm just going to go to the trial and the moment on Bahamut Behemoth. I didn't say it's not a bad trial. I mean, it's completely fine. The problem was it just didn't work out against the enemy trial lane. It just didn't hold up against just the amount of harassment, the aggressive play coming out from Paul Gondor's camp with their trial was just too much for them to cope with, and Puppet Master just couldn't keep up and wound up with a 17-minute bloody Alchemist bonus, which is absolutely terrible. But their final pickup for Trollers is Tundra, so we're probably going to see Tundra mid, Hag in the silent, and a tri-lane of the Myrmidon Puppet and Behemoth sort. But looking at this looking at this Hellborn team, they have a Pyromancer once again. Was all right. I think, there could have been better picks, but, they seem to make it work. So maybe they're going for this Pyromagnus thing again, but I'm guessing we're going to see, I don't know. I honestly don't know if they're going to try. Look at that lineup. Spot, they've got Valkyrie, they've got Bubbles, they've got Pharaoh. Now, who are they going to tri-lane with is the question.
Oh, mate, they're going to have Valkyrie, Pyro, and the Magnus. I've seen this done before. They played against me in we played only dual lanes, but Magnus and the Valkyrie on both their stuns with the coordination, if you do it properly, can really work. And then you follow it up with the Pyro stun. You've got a triple on Son.
Well, yeah, I don't know about the Pyromancer. I mean, there are other disablers out that they could have picked up, Witch Slayer, etc., etc. I'm guessing just hoping that extra nuke will be more effective, but really, I do prefer Witch Slayer just for his reliable disables. That is why I would much prefer him. And he operates better with lower levels than Pyromancer does.
I know, definitely. I can't agree with you more there, but this tri-lane that they're going to be rolling, it's pretty obvious what they're going to be trying to do. Though, stunning can work pretty effectively in late game as well. I mean, be all to end all. I mean, you've got the similar lineup with TGTz. The Tundra pick, I'd like to see how it's going to form up. Will they be versing it with against Pharaoh or against Bubbles? Who knows? They might even throw Bubbles in the trial. I don't know. This could be something different. They might have practiced it. They might surprise me, kind of like a bit of a birthday present. But yeah, good to see what's going on. Bit of a pause here. Nothing much. What about Razor? Razor, what's your insight?
Apart from my thing typing blank to those guys, you mean in terms of out of the lineups, which team is going to win this? I wouldn't have a clue. I mean, you've got some really strong initiation on the Four Gondor team, but I mean, I can say the same for a Troller's got a troll, and I mean that Tundra pickup, a big change to the lineup before. So really keen to see what that's going to bring to the table, Obviously, he's going to be going up against, or I'd assume he'd be going up against Pharaoh middle. So, that's why yeah.
I'm just gonna
go on. My computer is dying.
Okay, I'm just going to jump here and say the Hellborn lineup worries me. They don't have a pushing lineup here. They're really relying on their ganking ability. So I don't know, with the amount of ward spam that comes in a competitive game, ganking I find is more like a ganking lineup is like one of the most least reliable lineups you could possibly, try, because if people see you coming, they know, if people see you coming, it's very hard to gank them. It looks like we do have a 4-man gank rolling, gank skill rolling out here. They are going to run with the 3-man tri-lane down here. So whether or not they can coordinate their stuns effectively, we'll decide whether they can take anybody out. But here we go. Magma's going to open this up. Here he comes. Lava Surge. Now Valkyrie going to just chop away there. And now, wow, there we go. Very easy kill. Myrmidon not knowing what hit him there. Just getting taken down in space for a couple of seconds. So nice experience. Nice gold boost for the, in fact, Hospitala picked that up. What is Hospitala playing? The Pyromancer managed to pick that up there. And Valkyrie again getting ready for another shot at them. They put down the lane ward. In fact, they're all staying here apart from Bubbles who's heading back to mid lane. So they are getting ready for a second crack at them now. As the Troller's Monkey is just going to do some scouting here, just checking out. Here we go. Very good idea. They know the gank squad is in that jungle, and they're very worried for it, and they're worried about it ganking their mid player, so they're putting the Monkey here just to scout it out. And I believe, Aussie, you guys did the same thing against Four Gondor and wound up getting your Monkey killed because you guys weren't watching it.
Big Skies was the pioneer of the team, decided take the monkey for a bit of a walk and then a bit of a flight, and just, one person takes control and they don't realize that they have a bit of a nap. It happens. So, Trump, we haven't gotten down to the conclusion. This is the grand final, baby. The last round, the game 3. The match decider in tennis. Game point, or what you call. Lineups all alone. Let's do it.
I'm going to be honest here, I do not like the Hellbourne lineup. I don't think they're going to be able to put the amount of ganking pressure that they want on the Hellbourne team, on the Legion team. And they're going to suffer for it, and I think Puppet Master is going to manage to get farmed up enough this time. Although, as we say, that Magnus jumping in on Myrmidon again, getting chain stun out. Well, there goes Myrmidon getting chain stun in Oblivion, so maybe they will. Maybe they're just hoping this amount of stun that they can put up can take him out. Myrmidon, what has he picked up in skills? I think he's honestly regretting not getting an early level of waveform, not saving his skills to pick up waveform. So obviously, one thing you do see players do is like not picking up a skill until they see the enemy team and deciding what they need. And if he knew this crap was down here coming to kill him, he would have picked up that waveform quite obviously. But Behemoth now just trying to do a bit of stacking. But yeah, I'm going to be honest, I do not like the Hellbourne lineup that much at all against the Legion lineup. And we have seen the bubble, so he took control of that match quite effectively last time. But down the bottom lane, Behemoth getting that big fissure off. Now the arrow going in, missing though. Pyromancer Star managed to catch Behemoth, but in the end not managing to kill him up, clean him up there. But going back to the point I was making, like Bubbles, if he does get that poke in there, I think they're really hoping that Pharaoh and Bubbles can really open up some crazy initiations for them, like last match. But if Behemoth, can get some levels this time, but between Behemoth, Tundra, and Hag, I think they can possibly, just slow them down a bit and stop them from pushing as hard as they would like, and just give Puppet Master that time he needs. But on the top lane, Hag and Pharaoh are going at it once again. But Hag has picked up a Ring of the Teacher. Pharaoh has not managed to get anything yet. But down in the bottom lane, just looking at golf minutes, just checking out Valkyrie. She's got a few assists now, up to 220. Valkyrie's on 64. It is only 2 minutes in. Just trying to get an early idea of how this is going. Hospitality is on nearly 300 GPM, so he's doing quite well. And in the mid lane here comes a gank squad rolling out. Now this is classic for Gondor stuff, running this Pyromancer and Magnus as a crazy angry gank squad. And this Tundra now being forced to get back because they know there's someone coming to kill him. And Bubbles now just getting that free farm happening. And I believe they did this against you too, Ozzy. They just had this Pyromancer and Magnus keep running around there, just annoying the absolute crap out of the middle guy. At the same time, though, Valkyrie now in a bit of trouble now. She's been left alone, although managing to leap away barely. Will she get cleaned up? She's using the health pod. Puppetmaster, nice tree cut, catching Valkyrie. She is in a bit of trouble now. Myrmidon also rolling in there. The Whiplash coming out. Will they manage to clean up? No! Wheatfield on Pyromancer. Pyromancer losing HP rapidly, getting stomped on by here. The arrow going in on Puppetmaster. Puppetmaster getting killed, getting cleaned up with the arrow. Going to go down to Magnus, of all things. And Valkyrie trying to clean up this Myrmidon. Down goes Myrmidon. Nice turnaround there by that Gondor. Very good coordination and nice play by Valkyrie. Good attempt from Puppetmaster to stop that juke, but in the end, her reinforcements got there in time and saved her. So I'm going to throw out a Razor here. You got anything you want to add about this match so far? Definitely a lot of action.
Yeah, Gondor's just trying to control this early game again, like you said, everyone is saying Gondor really strong early, and they're just showing it off once again. This Pyro Magnus dual combo stun lining up a possible 5-second arrow for Volk. Whoever's getting stunned has absolutely no chance unless the other players manage to help you out a little bit. But this Valkyrie tri-lane is doing wonders for that team at the moment. So they're doing really well, and it's also helping helping Bubbles out as well, because Tundra's having to leave the lane whenever the Magnus and the Pyro leave. So it's a real threat. And if Trollers aren't careful, they're going to end up in a real big problem here with a Puppet Master who's under-farmed, under-leveled. So hopefully they can pick something up from this. But at top lane, Puppet Master doing some damage to Pharaoh, but a bottle getting delivered to Pharaoh, so he's going to be able to regen up and keep on trying to take out this Pharaoh. Pharaoh dropping to 180 health, but no way they're going to kill him. But yeah, what about you, Spot? What's your take on this game so far?
Oh, mate, as you're saying, typical game by the boys of For Gondor. Troll is choking early, nothing new there to say about, but
Simon Cow.
Troll has It's not thinking about that. But they should be calling me the gambler because I'm going to call it. I'm going to say instead of Trollers coming out in this endgame like they did before, I'm going to say Foregone are going to adapt a little bit more. And they're bit of action at mid. Sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt my earlier point. Bubbles gets taken down by the aggressive Dial-Up's Tundra right there. And he's going to have a bit of an lane advantage. Now, as I was saying, I think Trollers are going to choke. And I think Foregone are going to be able to win this before we get into those later game stages. I might be wrong, I called it earlier before, but let's see what we're going to get from this one. And a big slump calling out all the way from Scotland, that's correct. Me and Razor are actually from Scotland, and Little Trump is British as well, I believe. Is that right, Little Trump?
Half British. In fact, you called me Puerto Rican at one point. I have no idea why.
Just personal opinion champ, and we've got to give a shout out to Big Trump. I don't know if anyone said, but Big Trump has got the promotion we've all been wanting, and that's at Honcast, baby. Congrats to that. Don't mean to opt away from the game, but let's get back on topic. Enough of that mumbo jumbo. As we see a bit of action at bottom, nothing much actually going on. That's a bad call by me. And
You're actually right.
To go bottom.
It was a big arrow from Malcolm. You were right spot, catching a 5-second on Behemoth. The Lava Surge going. Behemoth in a bit of trouble now. Wheatfield going out, not managed to get landed though. And Pharaoh ulting in, and now Behemoth going down. And Magnus is steam bathing away. And Pharaoh not managing to clean up his opponent though, not having enough mana really to get off those mummies, unfortunately. And the Legion team are going to have to back off there with lick their wounds, as well as the Hellborn also quite low HP. Oh, the Bubbles again going down. Hag jumping in the mid lane there, helping Tundra clean up Bubbles once again. So Bubbles not having a good day. This is going to slow down JJ's Portkey quite a bit. Although then again, we did see JJ have a little bit of a rough time versus Hag in the first match, which I think was JJ. It was one of the Foregone players was playing Bubbles, and he did have a rough time in the bottom lane versus Hag. In fact, I think it was Dillip playing Hag that time around and definitely took control of his lane and left Bubbles kind of underfarmed. But he did come back with a Portkey and really set up some razor sharp initiations for his team. But I'm just looking at the GPMs at the moment here. Puppet Master, of course, the one that we need to watch, is unfortunately on 179 GPM. So this trying for Foregone, this is how they want it to work. Definitely, they do need to keep down his GPM. But the question is, are they going to be able to keep it down into the mid game as well? Because we did see them, while they shut down Puppet Master, they did let some of their other opponents get away. In the end, Puppet Master did get somewhat farmed up, and it came back to hurt them. But up the top lane, Pharaoh has picked up, no, just Bottle Boots, hasn't got anything new. He is camping on 300 goals, not a whole lot. Has been put. Oh, got the port bottom. Bubbles is now coming bottom. Decided to enough being ganked him in. Tundra bottling a haste rune at the bottom lane. Valkyrie might be a little bit of trouble now. Tundra popping that haste now. Popping the bird and the coral. Shipper coming there. Oh, eating a stun. Eating a whole ton of stuns. Pharaoh ulting in there. I'm not sure who he hit there. He actually came on top of Puppet Master there. Myrmidon though. Actually, no. Tundra still whacking away there. I heard Pyromancer go down. Tundra managed to get the hell out of there. He's coming back in for another round though. Myrmidon, very low HP. Lava Surge on top of Behemoth. Behemoth goes down. Lava Shard, Ice Shard's not quite managing to catch Magnus there, and still got the haste there. Tundra, charge around. Hag has also come bottom, so we might see a second round of attacks. Here comes Hag with that ult, catching Valkyrie, catching Bubbles. Bubbles in a lot of trouble. Gonna go down here, gets killed by that ice cold shoulder there from Tundra. And Myrmidon still hanging around here on low HP. Now comes a Soul, catching him, knocking him down to 80 HP. He's gonna have to back off there, using that waveform to get the hell out of dodge. But Tundra, nice back and forth from him, getting hit by a ton of stuns, managing to ride it out, tank his way through it, and come back in just to help his team clean him up a little bit. And nice port from Hag, also coming bottom. Also, both teams warding that bottom rune and underside there. Another snipe coming out from Pharaoh. Oh, it looks very close. Oh, so close. Such a close snipe from Pharaoh there. Missing Myrmidon just by a couple of hundred units, I think. Definitely an admirable shot from him. Puppet Master again going for that. Oh dear. Puppet Master again going for that early what do we even call it now? Alchemist bonus. And it is again late. He is sitting on how much money? 80 gold. So this is definitely going to be a late Alchemist bonus once again. Maybe not as late as last time, but still late nonetheless. Now, this is something I tell people when they want Alchemist. Don't buy it straight away. Once you get past that night, save your money up for it, right? Save your cash up. If you get enough by that 9-minute point, then yeah, buy it. If you don't, then spend it on something else. There is no point trying to get it too late. But down the bottom lane, Troller's thrown down a counter ward there, and it looks like the Hellborn team are hell-bent on getting another gank off. They have been spotted up by that counter ward, though. Probably wasn't the idea of it, but it is. They're doing some decent work for them anyway, and they have been won, and they are backing down quite readily. Although Pharaoh knows they're in there, just firing out those tormented souls. Whether or not he decides to go in, does he have his ults up? Yes, his ult is ready to go, although the Legion team are rapidly responding. Myrmidon and Hag are also coming down here. I've just heard the Valkyrie arrow go out and possibly hit a creep. Yeah, it did hit the range creep, and they are game though. The Hellborn are coming. The Fish is starting from Behemoth. Bubbles porting in there, using the Song of the Sea. Down goes Puppet Master, down goes Behemoth. Hag now getting stuck in on Pyromancer. Pyromancer going down to Hag there. And it looks like Magnus still caught behind enemy lines. Tundra ulting Pharaoh there. Nice work from him. Valkyrie trying to ult her teammates to safety, but Pharaoh getting killed anyway underneath the tower. Magnus has tries to hide, but unfortunately the amount of nuke 5 had to get thrown into those trees there to catch out Magnus. So, you can run, but you can't hide from the Tundra's shiver. He's throwing in so much firepower in there, and Valkyrie and Bubbles too managed to get away, but unfortunately everybody else gets wiped out. So it has gone, the gold advantage and experience advantage has swung back slightly in the favour of Troller's going to troll, and I think this is the problem. This is the problem I have with Full Gondola's line. While it can do some decent damage early, if it doesn't do enough damage, it is going to suffer in the late game quite badly because they haven't got a full-on hard carry really capable of fighting Puppet Master to go with them. Nor do they really have the super amount of CC that they need to keep him shut down anyway. If this goes in the late game, they are going to have... Valkyrie can sort of semi-carry, but, she's going to get picked on by Puppet Master's disabled and by Tundra's disabled. She's going to have a lot of trouble really, dealing out the damage at all. She's just getting chain stunned into oblivion as far as I can tell. But I'm going to throw over to Razor again. Razor, you got your 20 cents you want to chuck in here?
I always have 20 cents to chuck in, but whether it's useful or not is another thing. Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. This Valkyrie is doing really well. Puppet Master's still trying to get those steam boots, or not steam boots, Artemis bones, and I mean, he's got 300 gold at the moment. He needs another 400 gold, and at the moment it's getting picked on. No, it's not picked on, it's Wretched Hag and Puppet Master at top getting drawn on, but it's Tundra coming out with the ultimate on Pero, taking him out, and Magnus also dropping low 160 health. He has a Lava Surge ready, and a nice Lava Surge there, managing to avoid the sonar screen, and the nice Behemoth stun actually takes out Magnus, so bad luck to him there. But this Valkyrie now is in a bit of trouble here. Tundra is trying to take him out. I don't think he's going to be able to, as Behemoth, Puppet, and Tundra are all on relatively low health. It looks like Volk is going to start chasing, and I'm not sure what it was. I think it was a cell shove. Actually takes Puppet Master down to extremely low health without realising he manages to live. But I mean, it looks like Puppet Master and everyone really is going to live now. Since Tundra has now got his little shiver out there to try and we have an arrow.
Oh!
Holy shit! Oh, that was the biggest. Oh my god, that was less than a hair's width away from hitting that Tundra, and if it hit Tundra, he was dead. There was no doubt about it. And wow, that has to be one of the closest arrows I've seen. That was intense.
I would have shipwrecks.
That Tundra's heartbeat. I think that Tundra's heartbeat is beating 1,000 times a minute right now. That was insane, but good job there, bringing the kill, the actual hero board. It's actually in favour of the Legion team now at the moment, so not doing too badly. Has Wretched Hag, not Wretched Hag, Puppet Master hasn't finished his Valkyrie. Valkyrie lands a 3-second arrow on Myrmidon. Myrmidon not able to get away, just gets absolutely the shit thrown at him and gets rolled in. But this Myrmidon is getting caught out in all different positions. Spot. I mean, what would you be saying to this Myrmidon?
I'd be saying, listen, jabroni. Actually, no, I can't say that because last game I played against Foglander, I went off my head at Sky as I raised the roof with profanity. But that's a completely different story. The team fights are really favouring the Legion at the moment, except for the Myrmidon, who was a bit lost at the moment. But I'm sure he'll wake up in time. Bit of a wake up, Jeff, for the boys down there at the Wiggles.
Yeah, I would say that Myrmidon, dude, you've got 5 people pushing a tower. Don't port in by yourself because they're just going to stun you just like that. It was a free kill. He just said, okay, I'm going to waste 135 gold to port in against these guys by myself and then get raped by them and give them another 300 gold. That was just, the silliest thing he could have done. If you're not all going to port all at once, then don't, port to the tower early, further down the lane, like his teammates did. They opted to go with the safer route so they wouldn't get stunned into oblivion. But Myrmidon, maybe it was a misclick, maybe just screwed up. He just went, okay, I'm going in there, suicide run, and, see you later. Valkyrie just says free kill. Thanks very much. So definitely a bit of an amateur mistake, I have to say. It wasn't the smartest play I've ever seen in a while. But it looks like both teams are opting to push the long lanes. They have the Legion have cleaned up their tower at top, and now the Hellborn are trying to clean up the tower down at bottom. Also, they're using some illusions there to scout from Pharaoh. And yeah, looks like the Legion team are opting for Trollers opting into this pushing strategy. It's trying to take this second tier tower as well. The fortification does get popped by both teams now. And will they continue? It looks like the Forgotten aren't going to port back. They're also deciding, no, ports are just coming off cooldown for a few of their heroes. Here we go. Magnus porting back. Mass port. This is what you want to see. If you are going to port back to the tower, go with a mass port. Pharaoh ulting in now. Getting hit by Hag's ult. Nice catch with the mummies there. Valkyrie landing a 5-second arrow on Ratchet Hag. Bubbles getting stuck in there now with the Kelp build, with the Song of the Sea. Magnus getting stuck in as well, stunning Myrmidon, and Puppet Master and Behemoth go down as well, although we did lose Hospitality, the Pyromancer, but it does come out as a net win for Gondor. And now another Lava Surge on Myrmidon. Myrmidon goes down, also getting cleaned up by Shell Slip there. So a genocide against Trollers Control. And this is like, no, Myrmidon, take a leaf out of Gondor's book. If you're going to pour back to the tower that's under fire, you go as a team. And that was very good play from them. They all came together. Pharaoh set up the fight. Bubbles blinked in after him, laid out the disables, laid out the damage, and then his teammates just cleaned them up for him. But you definitely do not ever, under any circumstances, put in outnumbered against a whole group of chain starters. That's just asking to die. But Spot, going back to you, do you want to throw in your opinion here, because it looks like it is swinging back in Gondor's favour slightly.
Before I get onto that, your mate Habanaki is not opt to go to the Alchemist Bones. He's got the Hungry Spirit, he's formed up his Steam Boots, and he's got the Gloves of Swift. So maybe he ended up watching one of your guides about the Alchemist Bones build. That's a very big point. A couple of these boys with the teleports, what's going on? Maybe you might want to make another video about that one for the rest of the boys and girls watching from the little desktops at the moment. They're going to be going down at bottom. They don't have wards up at the moment. Valkyrie is just leaning around. Pharaoh's going to go in. He's got nowhere to go. It's going to be a 3-on-1 situation. Stuns come out for Valkyrie. Magnus didn't even have to get involved. I'm talking about a bit of team coordination, good communication as well, and now they're just going to steal their jungle stacks. There's 3 of them in a row. All your hard work by the supports is gone. So thank you very much, gentlemen.
Indeed. Thank you very much. Yeah, but this is why, like I say, save all your money. Don't buy any parts of the Alchemist Bones until you know you've got enough. But it looks like Magnus surging in there, and Bubbles getting stuck in on Myrmidon as well. Myrmidon just walking into a trap there, basically. I think he walked past a ward. He did. He walked past one of Hospitality's wards of sight and just got jumped on by the Hellborn team. Just turned him into fish food there. Just had a nice fish and chips, or fish and chops. But anyway, this is what I'm saying, to the Puppet Master, don't buy any parts of the Alchemist Bones until you're dead sure you've got enough money in the right amount of time to get it, because that way you don't want it in the situation where you go, okay, I'll buy the 2 gloves of the Swift, and because I think I'm on track, then get ganked a few times or not get as much money as I thought I would, and then you wind up with 2 gloves of the Swift, one which I suppose you can use if you want Steam Boots, and the other one, well, haven't got a whole lot of options to play with as far as building. You can sell it back, but it'll be a net loss in the end. But, that early game, you don't need that, 30% attack speed all that much, so you can afford just to hold off and say, okay, I'm going to sit on this money and see if I can get enough in time. But for Gondor now, pushing this bottom lane, they only have 3 people against Pharaoh ulting in on top of Tundra, doesn't get the mummies up in time, gets knocked back by Fish. A 5-second arrow from Valkyrie on Behemoth. Pharaoh does go down to a Behemoth ultimate, but Behemoth also gets taken out. The Coral just trying to harass Pyromancer here, though, gets cleaned up. Tundra did manage to walk away from that alive. Looks like he might be trying to build a puzzle box. He has picked up another bolstering armband. But Gondor decided to abandon their push, and now they're after Hag. Hag could be in a little bit of trouble here, although, no, that ward is down. She doesn't have any sight. She doesn't know this is coming unless... I think her teammate might have warned her that, yeah, she has decided something's up, and it's blinking in the trees and pointing out. So there we go. She is out in time, fortunately for her. As they just leave Tundra's bird behind just to scout out the jungle here, just checking for those roaming gankers. But at the moment, it is still slightly in favour of Forgotten, but I do worry because, they don't have that late game firepower, so they really, I don't know, if I was in their position, I would want to be further ahead at this point because the late game doesn't look that rosy. Valkyrie has managed to pick up a firebrand, but she really hasn't got all that much firepower to back her up yet. So I'm kind of worried about Fulgondo's game currently, but I'm going to throw over to Razor, who I think wants to throw in his 20 cents again.
Yeah, I love my 20 cents. I was going to point out, if you notice, Magnus and Behemoth are really close to portal keys, and it's going to open up a whole new door to these team fights. You know, Behemoth's going to get a lot better mobility and going to get much better ultis off. And the same for Magnus. He's going to get really good ultis off. And it's going to come really quick. And looking at the moment, looks like Pharaoh Volk are trying to set something up in mid, but it looks like Tundra has actually taken out Pyromancer really quickly before avoiding a Volk arrow, but a Pharaoh ulti does manage to take stunning with the Mummy's trap in the middle of the rest of the team. Does much trying to catch him. Bubbles, will he ulti time? No, the hasted Tundra will get out of there. So in fact, Pharaoh wasting his ultimate there. Not able to do anything there. I would be careful, Tundra. Your haste is about to run out, and it did run out. It is about to run out. The rest of your team is coming up there, but I don't know if you're going to be able to do anything else. But yeah, that's what I was going to say was these portal keys are getting really close to finishing. Trollers is on 1833 gold. Magnus is on 1880 gold. It's that close. Really, if I was Behemoth or Magnus, I'd be just trying to get a kill. You use your stun for a kill and then run away and get your portal key. If I was one of them, just to get it. But I mean, that's what I was going to say. The team fights are going to change with their portal keys. That's what you got to think about right now.
I think that's a great point to make. You are completely correct. Once they get this portal keys, it is definitely going to be a different world altogether. Of course, whether or not they're carrying Puppet Master, if you can get up another Shrunken Head fairly soon, it will really mitigate Magnus's usefulness, because really, once Shrunken Heads come, Magnus has a very difficult time landing any sort of effective ult, even if he's got that portkey. But Tundra, the Shiver, has spotted up this incoming gank here, although they also do have a ward up